Welcome to Communing with Divine, a podcast where I share my spiritual quest and the lessons and the insights that I've received from many divine beings and energies during meditation. I am your host, Meraki. Now, let's begin. Hello and welcome to episode 20. This represents some of the last meditations that I did in the year 2022. So we're making progress going forward. So let's begin. December 15th, 2022. I'm speaking to my higher self, or as I call sometimes, my source self. My higher self says, these are important steps. Recognizing the what is within and understanding that which is not you so that you may honor yourself. Through this, you honor all of us, for we are all one. We are all connected. Our energies are shared. He's showing me that our energies are shared, and even though my part, the part that is my energy that I'm consciously in, but that is also part of the all, this might be minuscule in comparison to the whole, but it still has an effect. As every individual energy changes, as any energy changes, no matter how small or seemingly inconsequential, it affects the energy of the all. But it's not like a feedback loop. My higher self is saying that it's often depicted that way, but it's incorrect. My higher self says, your perception of individuality and separation from the all is illusory. Therefore, your effect upon the all is instantaneous. As one, each part affects the whole, and the whole affects each part. It is imperative that human beings make these efforts. The honesty of self is paramount. The honesty of self is paramount. Think upon this. Reflect, apply, understand we are all affected. We are all connected. Understand this, for this is paramount. Understand this and honor this knowledge. We are one. My ether self is speaking with me. Listen well, this is truth. We are one. All is affected. The energy of one affects the energy of the others. This is more instant than you realize. I serve as the conduit of all through time and space, and yet no time or space exists. All is instantaneous. All is immediate. There is no space. There is no separation. Just as within my darkness there is light, within light there is darkness. We are one whole. It is your perceptions that filter out and separate into parts that which is one, that which is the whole. But in truth, energetically, there is no separation. The energy of one affects the all. The goddess Aletheia is speaking with me, and I'm thanking her for the truth revealed within me so far. She says, you are welcome, child. And now that you know, now that you have seen, what will you do with this gift? This is the next big question. The truth revealed is of great significance, but what is of greater significance is what is done with truth that has been revealed. Some ignore the knowledge that they have been graced with. Some bury it deep within themselves, and others twist it into something that it is not. What will you do with the truth revealed, child? Think wisely. The truth is revealed often, and to many. What have they done with it? This is the greater part of the challenge, because to know and to accept truth revealed can require great changes, can require great humility. It can shake the foundation of belief. It can shift paradigms. Fear arises, and many choose fear over truth revealed. God knows this. He's laughing as he says his favorite line, self-knowledge. He keeps saying it in different ways. Self-knowledge, know thyself. Knowing thyself is the most important thing. He's finding it funny because it's what he always says to me, and yet he knows it's what's hardest for me. But From his perspective, it's funny. And he's laughing at how unnecessarily difficult and convoluted we make everything. But he's not laughing in a mean way. He's laughing and chuckling, kind of the way a parent might as they're watching their child try to do something. The child has been shown how to do something in the easiest way. They've been shown more than once, but the child continues to insist on approaching the task in the most difficult and impossible way that they can. So his laughter is more of a, oh dear, here she goes again, LOL kind of thing. Gnosis is explaining to me, if you can know yourself and you can accept truth revealed without fear, then there would be no struggle. He seems to think that we're kind of, again, not in a mean way, but we're kind of scaredy cats. And he's saying, yes. He keeps saying, know the self. This is of the utmost importance. Of all the knowledge in the world that you seek, the most important and the least sought after is the knowledge of self. Think upon that. I'm speaking with the sage Balthazar and the sage Melchior. They say, it takes wisdom. It takes wisdom to allow the truth revealed, to allow you to know yourself. Wisdom allows for truth revealed to be revealed. And they are saying that we must not sit in fear so that we can allow the knowledge of self to come in, so we can shift and heal. That these three things, truth revealed, knowledge, and wisdom, are really like a triangle of intersecting things, which they mentioned before, and it's in another episode. It seems to me, from what they have said before and they are saying now, that they are interconnected and intertwined. They're not separate. You can't have one properly and completely without the others. You cannot have true wisdom without truth revealed and without knowledge. You can't have knowledge without truth revealed and the wisdom to understand it and see it. And the truth cannot be revealed to people without self-knowledge, without knowledge in general, and to those who do not possess wisdom. So they're interconnected. They are three parts of one whole. Mary is saying to me that this is part of the mystical journey. The journey of mysticism is within. And she's explaining that it takes the three of them, wisdom, truth revealed, and self-knowledge, to take anchor first. And then once this has occurred successfully, we can begin to walk the path of the mystical. She says that sometimes it is an outward awareness that allows the mysticism to come within. However, if we don't already have some level of the three active within us, the three being truth revealed, knowledge, and wisdom, we will remain blind to all that is around us and all that is within us, to the beauty of the mysticism that exists in the world around us. Mother Universe is saying, you are doing very well. Remember that you create the reality in which you exist. Think always to this. She's showing me and reminding me of what I've been taught before, where each of us are in our own little universal bubbles where we create our own reality and experiences. And all of these bubbles are interconnected and touch either directly or indirectly. But keep in mind that even those that touch us more directly than others have various and different realities. We all don't get up every morning to live the exact same reality, but all of them are interconnected in some way. We have membranes that are composed differently, it seems. The membranes seem to have some similar properties that they operate by, but they are also infused or imbued with the elements of our creations and our experiences. For example, they differ in terms of the belief system of a person, and also things like behavioral patterns, previous experiences, and exposure. How we respond and process those experiences and exposures also affects the membrane. The energetic vibrations of a person, all of these things contribute to the makeup and the vibration of the membranes of our mini universes, our little theaters of experience. And so that's what she's saying, is to remember that within my little universal bubble of my own reality, the energies that I hold, the thoughts that I have and create, all of that determines the vibration of my membrane. And this in turn affects how my membrane interacts with everybody else's, how it interacts with all of the other individual mini-universes that create this large universe, that this particular aspect of our consciousness is focused on and exists in. December the 19th, 2022. The unicorn is with me now. He says, "Child, do you not know me? Do you not know me?" It's weird because as I look at him, I'm seeing him morph into everyone who stands around me. And then I see everyone morph into being a unicorn. Now everyone is back to being themselves, including the unicorn. The unicorn is saying that all is purity. Purity exists in a state of being that is without imperfection. Yeah, he's repeating this exact line. Purity exists in a state without imperfection. And then he states, "I am the all." I understand what he means. I perceive the all in separate ways, represented by different beings that reflect how I perceive the various energies and expressions of the all. And in the case of the unicorn represents purity to me, which is a state of being without imperfection. And so purity is the all. And the unicorn is the symbolic representation of purity to me. But the unicorn is also representative of the all, in the sense that within the all there is no imperfection, and therefore there is only purity. The unicorn explains, "This is all that there is in truth. This is all that truly exists. Imperfections are perceived. Purity is truth. Imperfections are an illusion. They are not reflective of truth. Purity is the only truth that exists because it exists without imperfection, and there is no imperfection within the all." You wish to understand the reason why? I do. He means the reasons why there's this program and why we have these perceived imperfections. He says, "And yet you do not know who I am." He is explaining that until I can better understand him, and until I can learn to see with clearer eyes and open mind and heart, then I can't understand what I'm seeking to understand. I can't understand these things because even if they're handed to me, I won't be able to process them. I won't even perceive the knowledge or understand that it's there right in front of me. It seems that I'm blocking the understanding that I seek. The unicorn continues, "These blocks are born of fear, but fear is imagined, for there is nothing but purity. Purity is without imperfection, and so fear does not and cannot exist in truth. Think upon this." December the 30th, 2022. I'm doing my calling in and some weirdness is happening. I'm asking the mighty ones what's going on, because they don't look the same. Their bodies are the same, but their faces are kind of decrepit, and it doesn't make sense to me. I'm not afraid, because I know that this is a lesson, that they're not actually the way I'm perceiving them. So I'm waiting. Now the Archangel Michael has gone back to looking fully like himself, and he gives me a wink. Then he goes back to looking like a decrepit version of himself. I think that this has to do with me and my thoughts, but they're not going to explain this to me. I have to figure this out by myself, like a big girl. But I think I know what it is. You're showing me the opposite of honoring my vibration. You're showing me the other side of the coin, the betrayal of my true vibration. Uriel says, "Yes, child," and now he's back to looking like himself. So I check with the rest of them in case this is a multi-layered lesson. Gabriel, "Yes, child." Raphael, "Yes, child." Michael, "Yes, child." They all return to normal now. They are showing me how I appear energetically when I don't honor my true vibration, and when I allow my thoughts and emotions to turn to lower vibrations and frequencies. And the result is then that I will attract similar frequencies and energetic expressions of the same level of vibration, because that's what I'm putting out into the universe. Did I get that right? Well, apparently I did. So now I'm going to check myself and be sure that I shift my energy to where it should be, where it more reflects my true self. And I thank everyone for this lesson. I'm speaking with the god Gnosis. He's laughing and chuckling again. And of course, he's saying self-knowledge, self-knowledge. I'd love to be annoyed with him right now, but he's right, and he's also quite funny. The unicorn says, "Child, do you now see why it is of such importance to honor your energetic vibration, your true self? Be true to it. It is all the more important because your energy is innocence, which springs from purity. The damage caused when you do not honor this is great. There can be no shades for you. There is either one or there is the other, and it happens quickly. This is why you must honor yourself always and remain aware. And should your thoughts begin to wander to something of a lower vibration, something that does not honor your true self, you must correct them quickly. You must recalibrate your energy." The unicorn is explaining and showing me that before I got to this point, to the point where I am now, where I have more awareness and more knowledge, that I was protected by my own ignorance to some degree. But part of the responsibility and the trade-off of spiritual and energetic growth, of sight, of conscious, active connections with the divine and with the universe, and of the understanding of this understanding, is that your responsibility to reflect this in your daily life increases dramatically. Your responsibility to honor this knowledge and to honor your energetic vibration increases exponentially. There's less room for deviation, less room for mistakes, lack of awareness, and the perpetuation of old patterns. You're held to a higher standard of performance because you've been awakened, and this gift of awakening must be honored through daily application and practice. This is what I'm understanding and seeing. I hear old patterns must fall away. The old patterns must fall away. You are a child of the All. You are a child of the All. Breathe this in. Remember who you are always, for there is nothing but this. Keep this lesson close. Remember it. Mother Universe is speaking. She says this is an important lesson. You must heed it. There's another very interesting thing. Normally, I see Source as being above me, and I see it as a pure and brilliant white light, typical, of course. And I would normally see the ether below me, and I would perceive it as a pure, deep, impenetrable darkness. Every once in a while, I'll perceive their positions in reverse, so that the Source will be below me, but still of pure light, and the ether will be above me and still of impenetrable darkness. But today, they're mixed, in that there is both light and darkness in both, and I'm not able to clearly identify which is which. I'm being told that this is happening because I need to start to delineate things less. I need to stop putting separations between things, because they are not separate in truth. I hear, in truth we are not separate, in truth we are one. As your understanding deepens, your need for separation and distinction will fade. What you see now is a representation of that. It is a representation of your progress, and it is a representation that is closer to truth. We are one. We are all one. December 31st, 2022. This is my last calling in and meditation for this year, 2022. I'm in my universe. I can see Source and I can see the ether. I'm surrounded by beautiful beings and all of the stars and the planets, which are also conscious. And I can see Mother Universe. And right around my center, between my solar plexus and my heart, there is a thin layer that comes from me and extends all the way to the edges of my little universe. This layer looks like it's made up of tiny points of light set within darkness. It's really quite beautiful. It moves with me as I move, and I don't know what it is, but it's beautiful. It's like a huge tutu that emits its own light that dances within a fabric of darkness. Mother Universe is watching me and smiling. I know what this is. I'll pass my hand through it. At first, it just looked like tiny points of light, but it's more like mist, a conscious, moving, living mist of light and darkness. It looks like what I saw emerge from my dad's body as he was transitioning out of this physical reality. Mother Universe is encouraging me to go on with this discovery. This is the essence of all that is. It's the energy that animates everything. It's the energy that brings everything into being, into existence. It's beautiful, it's ethereal, and it has its own light and its own darkness, and it moves with such grace and beauty. It's filling my universe now entirely. I can't really see beyond it. I'm within it, and I know everyone else is too. It's breathtaking, and it connects us all. I think I understand, but I could be wrong. It seems that I'm being shown this to remind me that anything that exists has this within it. It's the life force, the essence of life. It's the energy that brings all into being. Nothing can exist without it. It's the commonality that links us with one another, with all, and with the all. I watch as it comes back into me. That was my life force. I'm vibrating with my life force. I'm thanking Mother Universe for that gift, and she's smiling. And I'm understanding that this represented me stepping into my own power. The Archangel Gabriel says, "You must continue to sit in awareness. Listen carefully. Listen well as you move forward." He's showing me a visual of keeping my ears clean, which is pretty funny. I think that was a very nice way of letting me know that perhaps I wasn't listening to his communications as clearly as I should have this year. The Archangel Uriel steps forward, and wow, he is in full mode. Very white, very bright, fire in the eyes. It is time for the fires of transformation to be lit. It is time for doing. It is time for both. There can be no more hiding. Be brave. Step into your work. It is time. I assure him that I will. He replies, "You must." He's being really serious about this, so I guess I better honor it to the best of my ability. My ether self. I usually see her as female, but she seems to be shifting back and forth now. Female first, and then she turns slightly, and she appears male. Then she turns again, and she's back to appearing female. They really don't have genders, obviously. She is testing to see if my perception is open and free of the constraints of judgment, of preconception, and of fear. She's explaining that this is very important for the work that I'm doing. She's explaining that if my beliefs are rigid, then my perceptions will be rigid and restricted, and so I won't perceive things accurately or completely. So part of what's happening and part of what she's doing is to test this. Do I try to force her back into a female silhouette, or do I accept her as male? I have to accept what they present to me as they present it, without trying to manipulate it to suit the belief system or the filters that I have. Is that right? Yes, child. Well done. The goddess Alethea. She says there is much more. She says that I've done well because I have a willingness to see truth, to allow truth to be revealed to me without trying to control it. She's explaining that I'll know that there is a block when I pause, when I struggle. So when the information is coming to me, and it might be something that I don't want to accept, but I don't realize that I don't want to accept it, I'll have a difficulty hearing and seeing and understanding what's being shown to me. So then I will pause and struggle with the flow of information because I'm working to conform this information into what I want it to be and not what it is. So this is a way for me to know that I am impeding them in teaching me, and that I have to take a deep breath, clear the resistance, and stand open to receive what is being shared in the way and in the form that it is being shared, despite myself. She says that most of the time when this happens, it's because I don't want to accept it as truth, even as I seek truth. She said that this is an important tell for me. Knowing this will help me to know where my blocks are. What preconceived notions, ideas, and beliefs are blocking truth from revealing itself. And so this is a tool of growth, this tell. It will allow me to identify and confront those misbeliefs, mistruths, and related fear so that I may grow more quickly and accept truth as she is and the lessons they share with me quickly and purely. The God Gnosis is here, Mr. Self-Knowledge. He's laughing because I didn't figure out that this is what he was going to teach me first. I mean, he's knowledge, period. All knowledge in all forms. But so far, his main focus of teaching me has been self-knowledge. He's repeating that this is because self-knowledge is the most important and the most difficult or challenging form of knowledge. And because of the work I'm doing, this must come first. He's reinforcing what the goddess Aletheia said. So Gnosis is explaining that understanding the blocks and what they are allows me to break them down. And the more self-knowledge I have, the more other forms of knowledge will come to me easily. He says this is why it's so important for me to have self-knowledge. Without it, there can be nothing but half-truths and twisted truths. Knowledge perverted. Only these things will come through. The sage Balthazar and Melchior. I sang to them that I hope I will keep working together with them next year. They just smiled and said that there is much more wisdom that I need imparted. Apparently they seem to think that they've made a very amusing or funny joke. They are funny. They say there can be wisdom in humor. And, they're right. I'm speaking with Jesus. I'm saying to him that while we haven't had a lot of lessons together, they have been amazing. The one in the temple was awesome. He says there's much more to be taught and much more to be learned, and that soon I'll have more lessons with him, so I'm excited about this. He says that certain things have to occur, certain things have to happen within me before the next lesson can be imparted. And that these are essential because otherwise the lesson will be lost on me, or they may cause me damage. I understand what he's saying. If we're exposed to things too early before we're ready, they can cause confusion and fear. And fear is the basis of all that is wrong in this conscious reality. And this is why I have to be patient and wait for the lessons to come to me when I'm ready for them, so I can understand them and process them fully and properly. I'm speaking with Mary now, and I'm thanking her for everything. I'm saying very much the same thing to her, that I know we haven't had too many lessons together, but the ones we have had have been amazing, and I love her energy. She says to me, "You are welcome, child," and she's asking me if I remember the child that she had shown me a while ago, and I do. She says, "Remember that this does not only represent your progress and growth. This represents you. You must endeavor to treat yourself and your work as you would this young child." And of course, I will. I will do my best. Right. Well, that's the end of this episode, and that concludes everything that I'm sharing from 2022. So the next episode, episode 21, we'll start with the new year. We'll start with January 2023. I hope you'll join me. I hope you'll continue to walk this path with me. Thank you for taking the time to listen, and have a great day.